I saw everything from like this zoomed out perspective recently because I was talking with somebody and I was arguing back and forth with somebody who thinks that voting is the way we make a difference. And if we don't like how the government's run and if we don't like how this country operates, that we just have to vote really hard and become an activist and, you march in the streets and, protest and talk to people and all this stuff to get them to vote to change the government. And it was like I had this zoom out moment where I saw everything from like a 260-year history of the country perspective. And I've also been thinking a lot lately about like how much wisdom and knowledge and experience is lost when people pass on. And the futility of working within this system, I think, is one of the biggest bits of experience and wisdom that gets lost when people pass on. Because if people 100 years ago who fought hard to work within the system to fix the system saw that their efforts were entirely futile, and then their children's efforts were entirely futile, and each generation, again, learns that, oh, there's a system in place, we change things, we just need to try. And because we haven't been around, we were born 20 years ago, we think that it's possible, because everybody tells us it's possible. But you got to look back over 200 years and see the trajectory that it's on and realize that every generation of people from the conception till now have rallied against larger government. And we have the largest government we've ever had. So we have to learn from the futility of the people that are no longer with us and learn the lesson before we spend our entire life trying to use the system to fix the system, which is like joining the mafia to end the mafia. We have to try and get ahead of ourselves for once and realize that, like, yeah, we haven't personally experienced the futility of trying to convince people to vote and voting for people that will make a difference. We haven't personally tried that yet in our lives, so we can't say it won't work for us. But if we just back up, we can look and see that it hasn't. Trying not to curse, it hasn't worked for the people before us. For hundreds of years, it hasn't worked. Just got to learn the lesson without having to do it ourselves. That's what like IQ is for. That's what having a brain is for, is to not have to run every experiment that's ever been run personally before we believe scientific theories. We just look at the evidence that other people have tried. Well, people have tried, and they tried their whole life and did nothing. Anyway.
During my life, whenever I was still bumping about the zoo, they always said, you're free to move about to another enclosure. But I always argued that because I was enclosed and I couldn't just go about and be where the people are. I mean, I was literally, I want to be where the people are. Like that was me. I didn't want to have to put up with the regiment that the people made me do. And I think that you people are in a lot of a similar kind of cage. You just maybe don't see the bars that are around you that I saw.